Hey, it's Norm from Tested.com. I'm here in Los Angeles, California at the hand prop room with Monty Pollock. You run the hand prop room here.
Yes.
What is this magical facility?
This is a hoarder's dream. This is a motion picture manufacturing and prop rental facility.
So props that go into movies, if someone's making a TV show or a movie,
Sure.
Any genre, any time period?
Any time period, any genre, you name it. Early 1700s, futuristic, 1950s, any time.
And they'll come to you, the prop master or the set decorator come to you and say, I want some cool stuff from this era, and you'll help me have it here.
I need this. I look in the script. I got a character that I need this specific look. I'm doing a doctor's office. You know, what can we have that I can put in the background that's very cool? You know, an old skull or maybe a chart that's from 1920s. So yeah, anything like that.
How many items do you have here? I imagine you gotta have quite a lot.
Probably well over 1 million.
1 million different
Well over
things.
1 million.
Well over 1 million.
Yeah. I run out of fingers and toes.
How many years have you been collecting these things?
Well, the business itself has been going since about 1976, and I've been here for 30 years myself.
And you just keep an eye open.
Yeah, I have people all over that know what I'm looking for, and so they come periodically and show me what they have. I also have places in England I deal with. And of course you have eBay, you have Etsy, you have estate sales, antique stores. So it's just I kind of grab from many different sources.
All right, so if you have basically everything, let me see. You got something from the 50s, let's say candy bars. You got candy bars from the 50s?
Maybe not edible, but I bet I have something like that.
Let's go check it out. Monty, you weren't kidding. These are candy bars
there you
from
go.
the 50s.
Actually, even before, probably, early 40s, late 30s, early 40s. We made these up for The Natural, the film The Natural.
Oh, with Robert Redford.
Yeah, so they've been here a long time.
Wow. And so a set decorator will come and say, we're making a movie from the 30s or 40s. It's baseball theme, but we need things to fill a candy shop.
Yeah, or the vendors, that walk around, maybe they're selling the candy bars, or like you said, maybe there's a candy shop or a drugstore, and it's right as you walk out, and there's a little stand, and that's where all the candy bars are. And so
you and your team made these, and now they sit here, and if anyone else wants to make a movie in that era.
That's how you add to your inventory. We have a full service printing department, so we can make any kind of label. As a matter of fact, you have down here, you see some of this stuff here, we actually made here and printed label-wise, or it's real,
Found objects.
Found objects.
I can't tell the difference. And if it's going to be on a screen,
means we're doing a good job.
And so to get the authenticity, you said you do research.
We do research. I mean, it's really important. You want to make sure if somebody comes in and says, I'm looking for this particular item from 1925, you have to have a reference. And prior to computers and the internet and everything, books were the way to go.
Books and magazines.
Books and magazines, especially magazine ads. So I have a research library where I still go for references on a lot of this stuff.
Can we check that out?
Sure, absolutely. Here's a 1961 Sears.
Fall and winter. And these catalogs, they don't make them these days.
No.
What were the purpose of these catalogs back then?
Well, you figure, mainstream America, a lot of, your housewives, even, husbands, anybody did a lot of shopping, if you couldn't go to whether it be where you're living, where your location was, you could order right through this catalog. It was a huge way of purchasing items back then.
If you're flipping through something like this, or like a news clipping, and you're looking at a photo, what catches your eye?
The hand props, to me, it's personal props. I'm looking at whether it be a watch, eyeglasses, cigarette holder, cigarette case.
They're signifiers of an era.
Yeah, exactly. That you could just open a shot on, and you know exactly what time period you're dealing with. That to me is what's great.
So you've done the research, you look into a
Yeah.
certain era, and
Yeah.
you see that someone of the era has things on them, these personal props.
Right,
That's what
exactly.
you're interested in.
Yeah.
And this is representative of that?
Sure, this is where we have a lot of the different handheld props. You have the ladies' watches from the mid-20s up through the 30s, 40s. Men didn't really wear wrist watches prior to World War I. And then in World War I, the English had them. And they used them to synchronize, hey, we're going to meet at this point, we're going to da-da-da for strategic purposes. And so, you know, us Americans were like, hey, that's pretty cool. So after World War I, you see an introduction of men's wristwatches in the United States. And all these things signify a period. They tell you what period you're in. And these are all the way from late 1800s all the way up through probably in the early 30s, late 20s.
And these are details that maybe won't necessarily appear on camera.
But the actors like to carry them. These are their personal props. You might never see it. But if somebody's a method actor, you know, that puts them in character. And that's a big part of it, too.
So Monty, we're in the silver room now.
Silver room. This is known as the silver room. There's stuff in here from the 1940s, and there's stuff that goes all the way back to probably the early 1800s. And there's a lot of sterling silver, a lot of silver plate, and there's just a lot of cool, really intricate personal props.
Such as this bag right here.
Yeah, which is a men's travel valet. And this one is incredible because it is complete. I mean, decked out complete. You have here your little travel match safe, and you also have your little travel inkwell right here. All the engraving on there, you know, the initials, it's just incredible. And kind of the coolest little thing, this little guy here. So you open this up, you would unscrew this. See the two wicks there. You prop this up like that.
Okay.
This is a hair curler. It's a curling iron.
A men's hair curler.
Yeah, you put it right over there, and that heated this up, and this could
curl your hair while you're traveling.
I
think I'm all right.
All right.
What
Sure.
era was this from?
This is going to be probably in the era of 1890 to 1900.
And so you talk a lot about stuff and your fascination with period piece stuff from the 40s and 50s, but you also supply hand props for modern productions.
Sure.
Or even productions for science fiction and futuristic productions.
Yes.
You gotta supply stuff for cop procedurals. There's gotta be cop shows and
Oh yeah, SWAT, cops. We have a full kind of what we call our police room. It's our tactical room.
You're saying things that are piquing my interest. Can we check that out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go to the
right.
police room.
You got it.
Monty, this looks like an armory. It's like that scene in The Matrix where Neo calls for the guns. He needs lots of them.
Exactly. We do all the accessories. The only thing we don't is just the clothing. We don't mess with
Pants and
shirts or anything. You know, you have your lightweight rubber guns that you can, you know, run around with. Stunt guys can use.
Oh, yeah, this is light.
So that nobody gets hurt. But you got, you know, also your metal replicas, you know, that look very legit.
And that's what you have behind here.
Behind here, locked up, yeah.
And are these just like airsoft guns, or?
Yeah, they're of all different kinds of airsoft guns, and then different manufacturers also. Some are not airsoft, some are actual metal replicas that people make. But you know, you have to have that. You want the rubber ones that are lightweight for stunt guys and for people just to carry around, and also you want to have background. You want to have the metal replica, so if they're standing around, they don't need the real one, but they want something that looks close to the real gun.
Called the hero prop.
Yeah. We also have, I mean, you know, it's kind of off limits, but we have a full arsenal. I have real weapons.
That can fire blanks.
That can fire blanks.
So what about the realm of things that don't exist? You know, science fiction films, and you guys make those from scratch?
Absolutely,
them?
absolutely. I have a full manufacturing department. We make all different kinds of things, anything that you can imagine.
You've said enough. Let's check that out.
All right, you got it.
So I'm here with Monty Goodman. You're the manufacturing manager here at the Hand Prop Room.
Yes.
And you're in charge of working with directors to manufacture props that don't exist from scratch.
Directors, production designers, prop masters,
Yeah.
decorators.
So here you have a selection of the props that you've worked on. Can you tell me the stories behind some of these?
Yeah, these are, this is for RIPD. It's just coming out now. This is just a plastic replica of it.
So
And
Jeff
then-
Bridges in the movie, he has a
Yes.
very unique looking gun, and you made not only this stunt model, but also the hero.
real working firing weapon.
It fires.
Yeah, we machine everything here. We work with the gunsmith on the dynamics of it, and then we build and machine all the components, design it, blueprint it out, and then build it from there.
I can't help but notice you also have some science fiction weapons.
Yeah, these were
up
for
here.
Star Trek Into the Darkness up here. And these were, there were nothing real working about them. They had lighting effects built into here, and then everything else was CGI.
These are the Klingon weapons.
Yes.
That's the pistol, the Klingon, the disruptor that
Yeah.
Uhura wields. Wow. Something like this, where there's no gun, you don't have like an original gun that's the basis for it.
Right.
You're just making something from scratch.
Yeah, they did designs, and then we build mock-ups of them to get the size. They give them to the actors and everything, try them out, make sure the sizes are good, and then they get final director approval, and then we go into production of building them.
And something like this is from
The Avengers.
the Avengers.
Yeah. These are from G.I. Joe. These had moving parts. These would slam back and forth, but in G.I. Joe, it wasn't any flash, right? It was, they were pulse weapons. So these here and those back there are the rifles for the first G.I. Joe that they had done.
Any other cool things you want to call out that were interesting props that
This
you've
was
worked on?
a design helmet specifically for Eddie Murphy on Pluto Nash, who was claustrophobic. So we had to design it so he can get out of it quickly just by, if he hits these buttons here, it releases it from the suit, and then this here opens up quickly, and it has a whole built-in air system that runs on an air pack off his back to keep air circulating so it doesn't get hot and fogged up.
So it's the considerations not only for the look for the movie,
The look,
but
but
also the actor
yeah.
that's going to be using it. Well, thank you so much, Monty. This has
very
been
welcome.
such a pleasure. It's an amazing place. It's like,
I'm glad you came down.
yeah, and this place is open to the public?
Absolutely. Whether you're doing just a wedding, you could be somebody, it's your wedding. You want to come down in a specific theme. You can come in, take a look around. We're open to the public. It doesn't matter whether it's a tiny budget, big budget, medium budget, independent. We do it all.
And if you have like a particular interest in or fascination with hand props and things
Absolutely.
that people own, I cannot recommend this place more enough. The Hand Prop Room here in Los Angeles, California. Thank you once again,
Absolutely.
Monty. And you'll find more cool stuff on tested.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.